Okie dokie. Let's go make new friends. Make good choices. Oh, geez. Water moccasin is not what you want to see. And unfortunately, they do meet us at the stairs, so we can try and just quickly dispatch them before we take too much damage. It's going surprisingly well. Wouldn't be surprised if this iguana actually ended up giving us more trouble in the end. Kinda did. Holy moly. So, well, less than ideal to come across the water moccasin. Hey, at least it all worked out in the end, right? Can't complain too much. Otherwise, we'll just keep going through the level. Hopefully this howler monkey didn't wake up the gnolls. Never mind. Scratch that. Too little, too late. Well, I think I will just leave you kids for now, and we'll try and come at this issue from another angle once more. If I could just get some of you. Don't even want to shout, because I literally want like 1 or 2 of them to see me. No? Notice me, senpai. But not you, shaman. Not you. Yes, okay, here's what we can do. Throw something not even at them because I'm an idiot. Perfect. Brilliant start. But there we go. Separate the pack a wee bit. Try and get through some of these buddies before they have the haste to help out. And not too bad. This also works. Just have to separate them one way or another from their shaman here. Read ID my scroll stacks? Yeah, I probably should. I'm always really bad at how long I wait. There's no real reason for it. It's just something that we do here. But thank you, Sergey, for the reminder. It's always helpful. And in fact, maybe this time we'll actually listen for once. Ooh, I kind of want to finish this floor. Actually, wait, what am I saying? I don't have magic mapping on ID'd anymore. So we're good. Let's get our ID right away here. Perfect. Hopefully curing. Nice. And then we can use the rest of our early scrolls here to further ID more scrolls. It's the wonderful world. 2 blinking scrolls is fantastic. That should be the last ID scroll. Perfect. So that could definitely save our life. Amulet of Regeneration. I don't mind whatsoever. Yeah, let's keep equipping ourselves. Perfect. We do manage to put it on in time. There we get to see our See Invisible in action. Lovely stuff. And we'll be able to chomp through the rest of these sons of guns. And of course, this round we find the Fedhaus altar. For anyone who wasn't around for Vinestalker, we spent the entirety of the run saying if we ever run into a Fedhaus altar, we will switch, no matter how detrimental it is to us. And it's kind of fortunate that we just never ran into one, because we ended up really using the Shining One to a pretty huge extent, and I was glad to have the assistance. Especially if we'd run into the Fedhaus altar far too late in the game, it would have been an absolute nightmare. But again, didn't have to make a liar out of ourselves, so it was a good day. Can I face off against a bear? Definitely not a bear with bees support, and here I thought they were natural enemies. I mean, you know the bear is just in it for your honey, right? But I guess bees are probably not too upset for giving away honey, seeing as how they make it fairly easily. But maybe that's just me putting my own wishes and desires into the picture, because I like honey, but I don't like the idea of stealing it from poor bee families who are just trying to do their best in this cold, dark world. Ah. Do I dare? Did I skip temple? It's guaranteed to spawn. So yeah, we worshipped at a faded altar, so we did just skip the temple. Could explore it, maybe even if we remember on our way up with the orb, we'll pop in for a quick tour, but not too worried about it. I think I just have to leave here, but I'm so tempted to try and stab Gastronach, see what happens. Of course, it wouldn't work. Because yeah, exactly, safe at 150 HP, can we even stab that hard? I don't think so. but it would be cool if we did. And the main issue is, yeah, we'd stab them once, take out like a good half health potentially, and then Grum would wake up. Then we'd be airstruck for ridiculous sums of damage, or bitten, and then we'd be dead. So let's just leave that for now. Potentially come back for a good stealth kill later. Fortunately, Hydra and bees. Nothing good going on here on floor 8 of the dungeon. It's safe to kill Gastronaut from the edge of the screen. If you can, for sure, but I'm not too worried about killing Gastronaut right now. I mostly just want the satisfaction. It's not about what works best sometimes, it's about what feels best. And stabs definitely fit that criteria, pretty much across the board. But I'm not too risky yet. We're still early days in the run. There's plenty of time for me to get myself killed in fun and creative ways. So let's hold off on angering, poking the snail as it were, and instead just try and keep it moving for a moment at the very least. What was I just thinking? Oh, we need to put on boots. That's what I was thinking. Definitely bring up our AC. Going for the full brown outfit today. No one's gonna know how terrified we are. That's lovely. And kind of tempted to just go straight for the holy word here. Probably should just wheedle these buddies out 1, 2 at a time, fight them in the hallway. I mean, it was going well, but it is kind of fun. Oh wait, oh no, I am also gonna get hurt by that. Forgot for a brief moment that I too am undead, so never mind, scratch that. Oh geez. Phantom's not exactly what we're hoping for. Let's bring you upstairs. Probably shouldn't fight this close to Gastronaut either. Oh, what a wild ride to start off today. As the +2 had willpower, so just need a ranged weapon with good delay to kill him. Yeah, we'll see if we manage to get that. Hello, friends. Let's at least bring you into a little bit of a hallway. 3 blinks actually kind of working out for us. Can I kill a dead troll? I think so. Can hit kind of hard, so we might have to start running any second now. There it is. But still a fun little start. And I don't think zombies get to heal, so just do one of those real quick. Perfect. And similar with the ogre zombie. Lovely. And okie dokie. It really is kind of a shame that we're playing on an undead character, because that would have been quite the room to be able to read a Holy Wrath scroll. It's not very often that this early on in a run you get to take full advantage of those. And of course, with this character, as mentioned, we won't ever be taking advantage of those, but it is what it is. Let's take our Orc Priest on a little bit of a walk. Should be able to take them now at least. Perfect. And keep our zombie hobgoblin alive as an arrow shield for a little bit there. Perfect. Always nice to have a good meat shield against centaurs early on. And the rest of you kids should be able to fight the old-fashioned way. Not too shabby. You've been picking up a pair of gloves in the process. That's another hip of AC. We need all the help we can get. And, oh, Helmet of Seeing Invisible. Not quite what we need in life. We kind of just do that innately, but hey, we're wearing a cute little hood, so that's a start. Green goes pretty well on brown as well. We're going for full natural looks. Some nice, I guess I was gonna say fall colors, but green is a bit more of a spring/summer. Regardless, it's a look alright. And maybe, just maybe, it's indicative of coming across a different hooded hat at some point in this run. Because it's been a long while since I had the hood of an assassin, or the assassin as it were. And that could be a lot of fun. I hope everyone looked away for the moment there as we performed some terrible acts of violence against our own kind. Sorry to say. Fortunately, sometimes these things must be done. Dang. I was hoping that we wouldn't wake the beast here. They are resistant to poison. Could use the drain to decent avail at the very least. 5 Ice Blast charges is a decent start as well. Also though, before we move on, let's actually get our skills sorted. Because I think we will start getting into things here. Learning both poison, because poisonous vapors is nice, and if we can transition that into some Ulgreb's Toxic Radiance or something like that down the road, then I'm definitely game. Or rather, we'll be training some ice, because at least we have some spells there. Can even try and use the Metabolic Inglaciation this time around. Because sometimes it's nice to just get out of your comfort zone, try out spells that you normally leave by the wayside, and at least give it a good old college try. So let's start training a bit of poison magic, not too much, just enough so that it's castable. Maybe 5, and we will also start learning, I think, ice right away here. Bring that up to 8. Focus on ice, and we'll see where that takes us. You, my friend, could be a nightmare, or you could be no problem whatsoever. And hello, Fanar. Heard a little bit of a ruckus, decided to check it out for yourself. Don't think I want to fight you without any cold resistance, so makes my decision-making process a little bit easier here. Just run for our lives. Where did all of you come from? You weren't here when I first came down. Hello, new friends. Honestly, feel sorry that you ended up running into us, because you could have lived a long, happy life, but hey, here we are. Gosh darn it. Banners everywhere. We walk around any corner, and there he is, just waiting, stalking us. I think he's toying with us even. But that's fine. We'll try to ignore them for now here, as much as we possibly can. I guess we could skip the rest of the floor, but I'm hoping to find the Lair entrance here, so ideally we can avoid such an eventuality. Oh geez, buddy. At least we kind of swap places, which means the rest of this area is a bit more free to explore. That's an interesting cloak. I don't think today is going to be the day that I change things up and go for harm ego, but that's as tempting as it gets. Resist corrosion, a little bit of int, some nice AC for this early on. Could be just the thing. And this was the character with the quick blade, which I can afford now. Oh my gosh, hello, treasure trove, 2 scrolls of acquirement. Now that is an interesting trade. I like it because we can guarantee that one might be complete trash. The one that we're reading is giving us absolutely nothing of value, so we don't mind giving that away for a treasure trove. And then you're throwing away the second one, and that could be anything. Who knows what wonders lie just beyond that horizon. So that's always a bit of a tougher sell for sure. At some point we're gonna have to clear this floor. Not today. Let's instead head up for our quick blade, shall we? Give me something good, please and thank you. +3 quick blade? It's something good. I'll take that. Is that better than my dagger draining? Probably. Let's exchange it here. Perfect. And go back to, I guess not even all the way back down. Instead, let's just start going down floors one at a time here. See where we've missed. Never finished this floor because there was the slime that was terrifying us. Should be strong enough to fight them now. So let's come back through. And quick blades, as always, a bit of an interesting thing, because it feels like you're not doing much since you're tapping tabs so many times during a fight, but it's mostly just the fact that you attack at a ridiculous rate. So it's not quite as bad as it kind of feels in the moment. Let's see, how many backstabs can we get? Just the one is the answer. If you guessed 1, then you are today's winner. It was a good old college try. We attempted our best. just wasn't quite good enough. Jeez Louise, friend. Stop that. Let's, do you know what? To the death? With a little bit of cheating on my end, but still technically to the death, corrosion minus 32. Oh, please, sir. That's too much. Oh gosh, what do I even want to do here? I want to just run away. Can I? Not without expending quite a few resources? Do I really want to blink scroll against one baby jelly? I don't, but needs must sometimes. Mindless, hey friend. I guess alternatively, actually, better bet would just be to kill you with one of these. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad I didn't succumb to my instincts there, because was kind of thinking quickly, or not thinking at all more accurately. Could have definitely whipped that out a little bit sooner. Steam Dragon, we actually do all right against, thanks to our protection from fire. At least the steam itself isn't so much of a concern. Make enough noise that we wake up Grum and their minions. Bit less ideal, unfortunately. Let's just bring you upstairs real quick. And who want what? Who's coming up with us today? Just the Brigand? That is exactly what we were hoping for. Finally get... Oh, no Curare. That's too bad. That's usually a good source of early Curare darts. But hey, it is what it is. That's just you and me, Grum. Let's dance, you and I. Perfect. Hopefully Gastronoc is still asleep. Always heard that they're a heavy sleeper. All we can do is hope that that remains true today. And finally, we do anger the bees. Oh god, not the bees. But we're in a pretty decent spot. We probably could have fought the bees a little bit earlier if we decided to desanguinate ourselves, use that poison resistance to get ahead a little bit in life. There was no real need for it. But I am kind of hoping that we find a good opportunity to use it in an active way, because that is one of the main complaints about vampires in the community at the moment, is that most of the time you just stay alive the whole run. It doesn't really matter. Kind of ruins the whole point of their gimmick, that it's functionally useless a lot of the times, or on a lot of characters at the very least. So I'm hoping to be the change I want to see in the world. We'll have to see where we end up lying. Okay, getting very lucky with backstabs there. Perfect. Still don't really want to fight our Hydra friend here. Just walk away, Hydra. Dang it. That's fine, we'll let them walk up to us here, and that brings them further away from the next stairwell, at least. Oh, and Gastronoc is gone. That's terrifying. How long does it take to go undead? It takes 6 full turns, or 60 aughts, I believe. Don't notice me. Run the full gauntlet today, from wanting enemies to notice us to desperately hoping that they do not. Oh, Fanar. I had cold resistance. I'd try you out. Fortunately, I don't think I can get away with it. Let's drop some of this garbage as well. What else do we have? We don't have silence, unfortunately. Because that could be another nice way to deal with this son of a gun. But we might just have to leave them alone for now, unfortunately. So wait, what was... Oh, that's the treasure trove I'm seeing on the mini-map. That makes sense. And of course I interrupt the travel right as we start heading. Let's try that again. Oh, hello, Sonia. Can I? Okay, never mind. She woke up. That sucks. I was hoping to use our Shadow Step to potentially get in a nice stab, but hey, it is what it is. Let's take a look at our spells. Poisonous Vapors coming down. Ozku's armor is almost castable, so we can get that going right away. In fact, let's head down here. Hope for no monsters. We do get it. We'll learn our first spell of the evening. Nice little boost to AC. We won't be able to move when under the effect, but that's not the end of the world. In fact, now is the time Let's get a film of ice real quick. Slow is going to be a bit of a pain. I don't mind walking towards you and just recasting. And come on. Come on, get her. Fortunately, the fight isn't over once we kill Josephine here. Jeez Louise, that hurt real bad. I'm glad she didn't use it earlier, the ghostly fireball, but oof. Big oofs. Let's check out some of our other options. Wand of Acid is 71% chance to hit, probably kills, and does good damage to the back wraiths here, so that's something. Fortunately, these buddies deal a little bit of damage for sure, up to 15. We have 12 AC, so it's not horrible, but not ideal. One bad roll can really put us into a nasty spot, so I'm just going to take this nice and slow. As long as we're not in lethal, I can kind of keep fighting. And regen is very much keeping us in the game here. Perfect. Just making sure that we don't have to waste any of our potions unless absolutely necessary. Just barely making it through that fight. We also have gotten quite a few more scrolls of ID, so I should probably go through here and just get a few of these bad boys sorted. Hey, there's silence. That's something. Okay. Should have maybe shadow stepped, but it's too late now, so we're just going to go for the kill. Perfect. And what are these potions? 5 potions of flight. Might come in handy. We'll see. There are only a few areas in the game where you can really take advantage of flight to kind of cheese your way through enemies. Fortunately, the unseen horde, not quite so unseen. Psych going down as well. Okay. We're on a good roll when it comes to stabs, and that's all we can really hope for rather. Want to polymorph? Sure, I'll pick you up. Let's drop Ring of Magical Power. Probably not strictly necessary. Crossbow can go for now since it doesn't seem like we'll be using that. And do you want stones as well? In fact, let's pop in here real quick. And I am no longer in need of stones. Collecting stones in this economy? I don't think so. We can just keep her moving here. Hopefully find some augmentations to give ourselves more success moving forward. Wait a second. We're on D12 now. So where was our lair entrance? Was it just Gastronach floor that we didn't finish exploring? Because do I think I could kill Gastronach? Maybe not so much. We could throw like a silence at it, but still hitting for 40 is kind of rough. So we were hoping to be able to do a bit more of a kiting kind of routine. I guess we could use poison darts, potentially. Kite from a distance and run away. As long as we don't run headfirst into the Hydra that's also hanging out on that level. Maybe there's a chance. Wait, what was the shortcut again to see dungeon overview? Control O for that one. It's a good zone, no worries about forgetting. It's not one that sticks with you until you've used it a few times. Wait a second, I could also be on this floor. Why did I leave this floor early? Oh right, we ran into Sonya, right? There you are. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, you know what? Ouch. Well, that went downhill real quick. I'm gonna try healing to start off. Big oof, though. And then we're gonna go for Fear Scroll. Get Sonya to back off for a moment. Jeez Louise. Let's not go up that stairs, shall we? That was a poor choice on my end. Oh, Fanar Sonya. It's just a floor of nastiness. Still don't have any cold resistance, unfortunately. We do have that silence scroll now. Do I dare? I can probably beat you for damage when it comes to just your quarterstaff. The It'd be nice to keep that for the future, maybe for when we run into one Nicola down the road, but as is. Just want to try and make some progress here, so I'm going to use the silence to most likely kill Fanar. Oh gosh. That took a very sudden turn for the worse. Come on, buddy. You deal 8 damage plus quarterstaff. I think that's just under lethal. Now we're in lethal range. Let's just go for a curing. They are resistant to cold, but this does cut through cold resistance a bit and is just guaranteed hits. So we're gonna give it a shot. Do manage to take you down? Way closer than I would have liked. Now it's just Sonya, hey? Just Sonya here to ruin our life and make our day awful. I was about to say, whoa, we should have used Ozakuba's armor, because I completely forgot that we, of course, were in silence, so that's just not a thing. And speaking of spells, though, what can we do here? Poisonous Vapors is getting pretty castable, so we can learn that at the very least. Metabolic Inglatiation still a ways off. Poison Magic, you're going to go to 6. Ice Magic probably needs to go a wee bit higher here. Kind of close here a few times, so yes, we do our best. It makes things more interesting, right? What is life without a little sprinkling of fear and desperation? Ah, that's probably our lair entrance, if I had to guess. So, do we dance with you again? 30 health. If we just go straight for Ice Blast this time, you're saying there's a chance. Let's not take any risks, though. Just play it nice and safe. We can get some Curari darts that will greatly improve our own odds of success in the future, so that's lovely. And... drop our Dagger of Draining for those for now. And that is fantastic. Then maybe we can survive for just a wee bit here. In fact... let's do a good old inventory clean out. Don't need a second protection from fire at the moment. Might come back for that later. Scrolls of Noise can go. Scroll of Holy Word can go. That's a decent start to our management. We can finally finish exploring this floor. Heck yeah. Okay, what about you, Oaklobe? Do we... dang it, you are awake now. Well... that's fine, instead we'll just ignore you. It's always terrifying to run into this lair entrance, but fortunately this buddy does not shoot through plants, so we can just cut our way a nice little hidey hole here, then we can enter no problem. It's not as much of a concern here. Basilisk, eh? Don't wake up. Oh, Black Mamba, I also don't want to wake up. Are you just out of our Umbra? You are. Let's try out Shadow Step, shall we? 6% fail, of course. Perfect. So we can definitely try and use that to kill off like early Hydras and stuff if we manage to catch them napping here. Unfortunately, Komodo Dragon is a bit of a rough fight for us. We don't have the best AC. If we already had Metabolic Inglatiation, sure, we'd be in a pretty solid spot here. Able to just completely slow them. A lot of cold-blooded enemies in Lair, so it'll be nice to get that online as soon as possible. Fortunately, hexes will level up real fast, so that might not be too far off the horizon here. But not for this fight. Unfortunately so. So what do I wish to do with you, friend? Just as a quick check here, I'm going to see Wand of Charming 31%, so it's not going to be a good panic button to try and turn the charm on real quick. I could just teleport you. That's something. And kind of just putting our troubles off for a brief moment and not even that great of one. that's fine. You know, instead, let's use Curare. Then we can get some damage in on our own while they're slowed. Perfect. Do we lose our dart? We did indeed. That's less perfect. But not the end of the world here. There, even a distracted stab is pretty huge. That's the thing, we probably would have been better off going with like Gozeg, potentially even worshipping Hipleoquana, because it's nice to have another ally that can give that confused status to enemies. Another good potential option for a stabber like this is Uskaya, because you get that 4 pips of piety stuns things, and then you just start ripping through crowds with your dagger, so that's always a lot of fun. Unfortunately, though, we won't be seeing that. Instead, we're just going to try to do our best with what we've been granted. Ah, you woke up, hey friend? Well, that's a shame. Try and get some poison. Try to get Curare, and we'll even go Poisonous Vapors, I think, a wee bit. Just don't one-shot me, and we'll be happy here. Okay, I think that they're dead in due time here to the poison, so we can just quickly pick stuff up. Sky altar right there as well. Perfect. You've trained unarmed 22 plus Oka, if that counts. Fighting's the only skill otherwise that you've ever trained to 27. Yeah, Oka makes that a lot easier since those last 5 levels take a whole lot of experience, but as I kind of mentioned earlier, fighting, unarmed, and throwing have all been maxed out for me on a decent number of characters because you do get a pretty nice advantage from those categories. And yeah, but we're gonna Cold Blast people, you thought? Oh, definitely is also on the menu here. Depends on what spells we end up coming across, of course. There's only so much that we can hope for before it becomes a bit more of a question of practicality. Shadow Step to you. Oh, geez. Okay. Can't quite kill a Hydra. Note taken. Definitely take that to heart. Fortunately, it still puts you into Ice Blast range, so that's nice. And then we've made some noise and woken up the rest of the floor, but it was a nice start while it lasted, backstabbing things going around town. Dagger makes better stabs. Definitely, and luckily the Quick Blade is in the same category, I believe. I don't think that was ever changed, right? Particularly good for stabbing? Extremely good. Oh, Dagger is better than a Quick Blade. For whatever reason, I thought because Quick Blades were also tiny that they'd be in the same boat, but definitely stand corrected there. So, we can take that into the future. Maybe we can backstab a Hydra in one shot at it. Just need the right tool for the job. It's always an interesting calculus there as to just how much extra damage you get from the daggers, but I do believe it is quite substantial, so it's generally worth it across the board to switch over to a dagger for stabbing. But all good. At the end of the day here, we'll just keep going through. Don't really want to fight 2 water moccasins at once, but that is much better. Coming in one at a time. So let's see, Hexes is now up to 8 already. Might be bringing it up to 10. This is mostly just a check on metabolic. It's at 10%. Might as well train that up to 10. It will go very quickly. Ice Magic will probably come back on in the future, don't get me wrong. And what else do we want? Might be the time for some invocations now. So we're definitely getting up there in piety, and that's perfect. Quick Blades are the worst short blades for stabbing because they have the same stabbing bonus as short blade and rapier, but lower base damage. Good to note. Still better than the majority of other weapons, but definitely nice to know. Oof. Yeah, if any of you are actually awake when we're starting to fight, it goes a heck of a lot worse. Especially low rolling on Ice Blast. I think I am still going to just give it one more shot. It should kill you. We're not quite lethally poisoned, though it is scary close. Perfect though, never didn't have it. Involve empiric training. Very fitting. Very suitable. And yet we'll probably never end up casting it. So how about that? Okay, how many of you buddies can we get? I mean, you gotta try, right? So this time around, I mean, it is just four-headed, but let's switch over to our dagger. Get the stab real quick. Potentially try and get the stab off on all of you. Hey, now that was a room. That was a chamber right there, folks. I'd like to order me just a few of those for the future. Absolutely lovely. If we look, our stealth score is looking quite nice. We could even go bloodless. It would give us a bonus to our stealth, but unfortunately it's a bit of an interesting trade-off. We'll have pretty low health. I guess let's see. More stealth and poison immunity. How badly do I want those for Lair here? Because they do kind of work. It is kind of nice to have. And worse for sleep stabbing, better for something like fusion, where attack speed helps to get in the stabs for sure. But when you're going for that one fell swoop, well, Lair 3, big ol' pack of death yaks. Nope. It's definitely just gotta be a no for us. Do we have a hat? We do. We have a +1 hat of do absolutely nothing. Though to be fair, that's just because we could already see invisible. And yeah, definitely an early death yak pack. Not exactly ideal. But okay. Do we want to leave Lair for now? Maybe we could try out Orc. Am I ready to try and kill Gastronach? I mean, we even have a decent number of fire wand charges, so we could always even just kite with that son of a gun if we really wanted. I think we might. So that was D8. Let's go to D8 real quick. Wait, sorry, you don't know how to get there? D8? No? Oh, it's because it's a travel excluded area. That makes sense. Let's, oh no. Did not mean to attack that plant. Okay, that plant is slowly gonna degrade, so we're not coming back to our lair until we're ready to kill an Occlub. Which, hey, at the very least, we do have a ring of corrosion resistance, but whoopsie daisies. Not going according to plan. Fire Wand is pretty low damage, though, for sure. Fortunately, damage doesn't matter too much. This is very much going to be a battle of attrition, if I ever find them. Please be in a wide open area. I do not want to come around a corner. Oh wait, Hydra is still alive somewhere too, aren't they? Hydra pal? Are you... E2 Hydra? E2? There they are. Okay, so... You, friend. Chance to blow your mind, 29. Yeah, not great odds. I don't even, why did I do that? Should have just gone straight for the ice. Want to Ozokubu's armor, because 13 AC is not bad against a Hydra. And then let's just go for some guaranteed damage. I might actually use one acid charge to just try and reduce your armor. No, do not hit myself. That. Thank you, game, for catching that. And these are some unfortunate rolls. Oof. What do we do with you, friend? I was hoping to get through that in one piece. Fortunately, this buddy does heal faster than we can. We have 3 heal wounds left that I'd like to save if possible. We had so many to start off with, and we've kind of just been siphoning them down this entire time. 5 heads, 18 damage. That's like 90 potential damage. Very unlikely to get that, but technically possible. So isn't that fun? We could just blink away and then continue to fire some ice blasts, but boom, bada bang, we're through in one piece. That might even be worth it just to take a little bit of the pressure off. Don't have to stress it out, hoping that we roll well, and instead it's pretty likely that we just make it through in one piece. So let's do it, shall we? Okay, Hydra down. Still a slug friend hanging out somewhere here. And if you thought that fight was bad, oh boy, just you wait till we fight a snail. But ideally, with the kite plan in play, we can do it, and then we get a really nice hat out of the deal. Hello, Gastronaut. Don't mind me. Summon here or there is not exactly a huge deal either. And, you know, we could even do some poisonous vapors instead. That's kind of nice. Is poison damage going to be enough? I mean, technically, eventually, right? That's the whole Battle of Attrition plan at the end of the day. Just need to keep you at that 3 ticks of poison the whole time. Maybe, just maybe, we'll quiver up the Wand of Flame. I think it does a little bit more damage than just a Poison Dart. If we're using Poisonous Vapors to keep the poison maxed out, then that should be fine. And it just makes my life a bit easier because I can hit the auto attack or the auto quiver key instead of manually needing to pay attention to what the heck I'm doing. Hey, Gastronaut. And just about there. You can see why we're so scared though. Those airstrikes dealing an absolute truckload of damage as we feel a bit more experienced. Perfect.